Final. Hi, this is Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay, and I went to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Yeah, I went to the Thursday night preview. I'll tell you what I saw. Here we go, babies. All right, so Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is one of our most treasured franchises. Why is Indiana Jones the most treasured or one of the most treasured? Well, you got to start with the fact that it's involved with Steven Spielberg. Well, he didn't direct this one, but there's 5 films. This is the 5th one in the franchise. You have this beautiful music by John Williams. Everyone understands that he's one of the greatest composers of all time. And then you have Harrison Ford, Samuel Jackson, which, by the way, Samuel Jackson has a Disney Plus show called Secret Invasion. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But anyway, back to, I'm coming back. Here I go. Okay, back to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. All right, so it picks up, allegedly, where the last movie left off, Crystal Skull. When we left, I don't know if you remember, Indy got married and he had a son. Well, he had a son. He discovered his son during this movie, okay? And this is before our late, the late actress died who played that part. I had the guys put it in. But here's the point. I love that dynamic. I love where they were going with that. However, in this film, you rarely see anyone related to that trio, that family. The son, they make it somewhat ambiguous as to his demise. I don't want to give it away because, you know, I love a spoiler, okay? You guys say I spoil everything. No, Renee does not spoil everything. I just tell a little bit here and there. That's right. But anyway, all right, so I love that family dynamic, but that's gone. Indy's by himself. He's retired now. And he's like an old grumpy man. You know, they don't have any qualms of showing him without his, shirt on. You know, he's not, a lot of us aren't what we were 30 and 40 years ago. So let's make sure we understand that. All right, so here's Indy now. He gets interrupted by his goddaughter, who says that she needs him to do what he does best, which is help her find the artifacts, which leads to a greater power, whether it be supernatural or not. This is what he's been doing for the last 5 films. And it's always been wonderful adventure. Always a lot of action. Sometimes there's a romance, which I love. I'm a romantic nut, so I love to see a good romance. Sometimes you get a good romance, sometimes you don't, okay. But this film, I felt, is for the Indiana Jones fans only. And I say that because the audience was very quiet, okay? I don't understand why they didn't think Indiana Jones was cute when he would look into the camera, you know, and he would mug, you know, if something went wrong, he'd give you a look, or he'd try to BS his way out of something. You know, I love that, but I didn't feel that the audience loved it as much as I did. It was very quiet. Very few people applauded and laughed, as they did in other films that I've seen this summer. So I don't know if this generation is that interested in these serial type movies, because that's what this is. It's from the old serials, you know, back in the day, and I would say it's entertaining. As I said, I had a good time, but the audience was not as responsive audibly as they were in some other films. So if you love Indiana Jones, you love Steven Spielberg, I think he still produced it. He didn't direct it though. I have the guys put the director's name down over here. All right. But he didn't direct it. However, direction was very good. The editing was very good. And I say that because a good editor always allows me to know where the character goes. Even if they're fighting, car chase, whatever it is, that editor is so important. And I thought the editing was very well done. The cinematography, beautiful. Do you expect anything less from a Steven Spielberg picture? No. So it's a wonderfully done film. I'm just not sure, again, if this generation or the people, viewers now, the audience, are into these stereotype movies. All right? So if you want to see some good entertainment this weekend, you can see that. If you're staying home and you like science fiction, then you might want to see Secret Invasion, which is Samuel L. Jackson's vehicle. It's on Disney Plus, so of course you have to have that. But I just want to say, I watched the 2 episodes and I didn't do a review on it because I'm still trying to understand the characters. Nick Fury is a star. It's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And he always was a strong man. He always had, you were almost afraid of him, even though he didn't have supernatural powers like the Hulk, Thor, none of that stuff. But there was something about him. When he spoke, you listened. All right, so I'm not sure if they're gonna change the dynamic in his character because I'm giving it a chance, okay? I'm gonna try to just stay with it a little bit. But I didn't like the direction in which they were taking Fury. I always felt Fury should be always admired. And even in the Captain Marvel movie, spoiler, some of you noticed, it's not a big deal. They showed the scratch on his eye was from a cat. And I know the cat was a monster, whatever it was. But I didn't like that. I thought they should have given it him, let's say he got it in a fight, you know, like a Captain America fight or a combat or whatever. I was a little insulted by that. I didn't really like it. Okay, that's fine. I got over it. But Secret Invasion seems to be, let's guess who's a Skrull. That's all it is. Are you a Skrull? Are you a Skrull? Is our guy Nick Fury a Skrull? Maybe this whole thing is, he's a Skrull and that's the whole, you know, nutshell of this film. That's fine. It's their film. I've told people before, I don't tell people what to write. You know, it's your stuff, it's your thing, do your thing, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to accept it and I'm going to watch it. However, I'll probably do a review later on, maybe at the finale stage. Okay? So I don't want to spoil it. You know, I love to spoil stuff. Don't make me do it. Okay? Don't make me do it. All right, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'll put the credits down. I had the guys put the credits down for both of these vehicles. You decide which one you want to see. All the other films that are in the theater, I have reviews for either on WordPress or they're on YouTube or they're on my podcast somewhere. You will enjoy this film. It's entertaining. You will enjoy it. Will you have repeat viewings? Will it be this big blockbuster as it was years ago? I'm not so sure. But I still am anticipating Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I hope it doesn't let me down because I'm emotionally involved with that film. I don't know why. The Mission Impossible, the whole thing. All right, so Tom Cruise too. Yeah, the whole thing. All right, so we're going to see where this thing goes until we meet again. Oh, do you want the rating? You do? All right, so 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, easily comes out at 3. Yeah, a 3. Yeah, it was good. All right, so until we meet again, God bless, babies. Oh, okay. All right, so until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.